I love when I come across videos like this where I see that a woman wants to give her take on how men are doing well in society, but it's always this stereotypical underdeveloped opinion that holds no weight. And I'm hoping that this is not one of those cases. I haven't seen the video, but yeah, let's go ahead and take a look to see what's going to happen.
The male loser epidemic has gotten so bad.
What?
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those videos.
A lot of you ladies ask me how it is that I get gifts on the second date. You must enjoy the first date. You have to determine whether or not you want to go on the second date with them. When they ask you for a second date, a lot of guys will try to close it on the first one if they're smart. And you can do this. This is how I do it. I've had so much fun with you. This was really great. Thank you for treating me. It was very sweet. I love this restaurant. And I will go on a second date with you. However, I do expect a gift.
Shut up. Shut up. Hey, man, listen, I'll say this.
Look, here's the thing, okay? I'm gonna say this too, okay? Whether it's rage baiting or not, I really hate these videos. The fact that these videos even exist, or people, especially women, are even thinking of like this, it really upsets me, because this goes out into the world and a lot of men pick that up and say, see, this is why women don't give a about men. This is why hypergamy is a real thing when it comes to women. Women only care about your wallets, because this is a prime example of what that looks like. And that gets me upset. It really does.
It doesn't happen often, but I have met people like this.
Yeah.
Very once in a blue moon.
And there are more.
Oh yeah, there's more and more of them. And
Yeah. But they're not as happy as they make it sound. Oh, this is how I make it this and this and that, and I do this, and I have it again. And then at the end of the night, it's I'm in love.
Let's hear her. Let's hear her.
You know, I want to see how creative you get. I want to see you work for it. So you can get me anything you want. I don't care what it is. Well, I do, because I'm gonna judge. You need to impress me. But you can't get me flowers, because I already get flowers for myself, and I also don't want you taking on the responsibility of getting the right flowers, because I have a cat. So let's see how you do. And I'll like kind
Bro, okay.
of lean back and I'll take a look at them and I'll be like,
Elle est vraiment fière de ce qu'elle a fait là.
Bro, I have no idea how people like this do not think about the consequences. Man, dude, it just really makes me upset, because oftentimes there's a lot of good people on here, both men and women, that want to make a difference and want to impact the dating market and the scene and want to improve it. And then we have like this who come online and talk about the worst aspects of dating. That's infuriating, dude.
If this is Jeopardy, 500 for things that never happened.
Yes!
Yes! She's selling a fantasy.
Today I had another episode of shit that.
Yeah, this is like me. Listen.
Again, like the idea, you guys can sit there and say, like, yeah, it's probably not happening, but it's the idea that this exists. People are going to take this and are going to use it as ammo. Let me go ahead and show you, bro. Like, it's like right here. Like, literally, you go here. I'm gonna show you. What is it called? Alpha Male Central. You go here, and that kind of video makes it into a video like this, where about like 2 days, we're like 60,000 people, 277,000 people, 85,000, 123, 116, 170, 65K. Like, a lot of people are viewing this, and they look at that, and it perpetuates this cycle. So I'm glad that Abba and Preach are talking about it, and that's good, but it's most likely going to make it not only onto this channel, but other channels like, what is it called? I forgot the name of this channel. Or Tyler Vampire, I think that's his name. Vampire Women. I have no idea what his name is, but like that dude, like he goes on here and he uses clips like those just to like talk about women. It's so crazy, dude.
and they're like, they'll usually ask, okay, like, what type of gift? And I'll be like, I don't know. I'd go home if you didn't go big. So you want my attention, don't you? And they're like, Okay, like you're not telling them, you're telling them, but you're like seducing them. Okay, and you gotta like use your eyes. You gotta just like siren it. Okay, like
none of this actually works. If you're a woman that's looking for a man, none of this actually works, bro. Don't. It's all. I would say that it's more tactical than it is strategizing. Like, I don't know. I've never come across an interaction where I strategize how the conversation is gonna go, and then it ends up exactly in that way. Usually it's all tactics. Like, we're having a conversation and then we move on to something else that just so happened to spawn from that interaction into something a lot more interesting. Stuff like this never happens in real interactions. This woman's probably a lonely woman that sits in her bed or in a room and she daydreams or night dreams about having her Prince Charming rescue her.
yeah, that's how I do it.
If I could say something, girls, don't take advice on how to get a man from other girls. Y'all don't know what the hell you're doing.
No. I think that women can take advice from some women, because there are some women out there that know. Like, I've come across women who know how to start a conversation. You know, they'll go up to you and they know, because it does exist. There are women out there who will go up to men and they know exactly what they're doing. And I would probably take advice from those women. Most people have no idea what the they're talking about online.
Another one goes, what would you say if someone said, I love that idea. You get me a gift and I get you a gift, and let's see who's more creative and thoughtful. Which I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then she replied,
there you go. See, that's a piece of advice that probably came from like a woman. See, you can take advice from women, you know, but it's just some women, like content creators that try to be relationship gurus. Don't take advice from them. Oftentimes they'll lead you astray. Most importantly, what you are as a person is probably not going to fit the mold that she has constructed, because obviously if she's trying to go for rich, attractive men, that's probably not going to be your lane.
All right, so there's a follow-up to this.
The male loser epidemic has gotten so bad.
My God. What a start, my girl.
Hey, I'm just saying, Eder, you can put this at the beginning as a trailer for this whole video, because this line,
oh my God,
is crazy.
My girl.
All right.
If you ask for a gift for a second date, that makes you a loser. But it's okay.
Let's let the 5 out of 10 who's got a cat tell us about this.
The male loser epidemic has gotten so bad that it's honestly so pathetic at this point. Like, why do you think you're fucking lonely? You're fucking lonely because we don't want to be with you. Because look at how pathetic you are. I posted a video talking about my standards and what I expect of men, which is basically just basic decency. You gotta be consistent. You gotta communicate. You gotta make straight up plans. I'm not.
It's ironic that she comes on here to talk about, oh, you gotta communicate, when she's creating a video like this where she's communicating, but in the worst possible way. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, there's that stereotype of women that, oh, they're great communicators. Absolutely not, man. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I think that standard applies for everyone. No, not a lot of people are actually good communicators, including women. Oftentimes, when you're thinking of ideas, you have to sit down and think about these ideas, and you have to think about what you're gonna say. But that's not the case. That's never the case with most of these people, especially content creators like her and people like other alpha male coaches or whatever. Like, none of these people actually sit down. Instead, what they do is they parrot ideas from each other, and then that's what they go by.
I'm not telling you what to borrow me, but I want to see your creativity. I want to see how you court me. I have standards. I also date high net worth individuals because that's my fucking circle. That's who I hang out with. That's who I am. I make a lot of money, so I'm going to hang out with people who also make a lot of money, because it's about the mindset, because we're always trying to work on each other. And these men fucking went crazy in the fucking comments. It's like, oh, like, you're a 6 at best. Bitch, like, I don't care what you think of me, because the men in my life, the men that I date, the men that I hang out with, actually think that it's wonderful that I am achieving so much in my life.
So you say men plural, and you're saying all these like men think it's amazing. How come they haven't wifed you up then? There's so many.
I was thinking that right now. I was like, all right, so then why are you still chasing men though? But I want to be very cautious with that statement, because you see, it's easy to ask that question, but this woman can just say, oh, well, you know, I just want to mess around right now, or I'm not looking for anything serious right now, I'm looking for my best man, or whatever bullshit that she's about to say. I like to be very careful with that statement. I don't just like to ask that question to just anybody. my question would be like, why? Like the first thing that came to mind wasn't even like, why are you still single? My question was, why are you such a terrible communicator? That was because I think that legitimately is a valid reason that she is, I mean, a valid critique. She is incredibly, exceptionally terrible at critiquing, communicating her ideas. You have a tremendous amount of people coming after you, like men, then, and you can't recognize that you have terrible communication skills, bro. That says a lot about you and what your potential relationship could potentially look like in the future. You know, again, I don't know this person, but based off of the way she communicated her ideas, there's like a good chance, a really high probability that perhaps her relationships in the future are not going to succeed. But who knows? I could be completely wrong because context matters. I don't know who this person is. I don't know anything about her philosophy or her, because obviously, as you guys know, when you guys are face to face, the interactions are completely different.
These men who think all these great things about you, why they all keep passing on you? Supposed like high value network. I'm just question.
Because sometimes you hunt to eat, and sometimes you hunt just for the sport. Some people do that same thing for dating. Maybe I doubt it.
They think it's wonderful and actually help me set higher standards for the men in my life that are walking into my life.
See now, when she says that, it makes me set higher standards. I have no idea what that looks like in her waking life, but what I will say that if we know anything and we all live by the same psychological blueprint, we know that when you set ridiculously high standards, you're very likely to remain not only lonely but single for a while.
They teach me how to think.
And by the way, like, I don't know if she's 30 years old. She looks like she's in her 30s, mid 30s, but she has the thought process of someone who's at the age of 20, based off of everything that she's communicating here online.
They teach me how to carry myself in the world. They teach me about men like you and how to stay away from them. So I think it's just fucking ridiculous that these fucking bitch-ass losers are fucking sitting there. No fucking high-worth individual.
First off, holy crap, man. This woman has lost whatever was left of her mind. Literally, she's online making a video like this, and she's making a publication using this video. Think about that and just how dumb that is, because you essentially put your true colors or yourself out in the world. Or if you were irrational about this, you got upset because you really want to put this video out there, this video now exists online. So anytime you go around or you do anything, people are going to be scrutinizing you, hyper scrutinizing you, especially now because you set all of this stuff. They're going to be holding you to an incredibly new standard. And there's going to be people out there who are definitely going to be tracking your life. And anytime you try to get a job, they're probably most likely going to be sending this clip over to the people that you're trying to get a job at, and they're most likely not going to want to hire you. I just don't understand why people go online and say all of these like really inane opinions like this, thinking that they're doing some sort of justice by standing up to all these people. I think it's incredibly stupid to to recklessly give opinions like this, because at the end you end up losing. You really do. And you put yourself in an incredibly vulnerable situation where now people have this video and they could potentially weaponize it against you. All right, guys. Well, I'll go ahead and leave it there, man. If you guys want to go ahead and watch the video yourselves, I'll go ahead and link it down below. I'm going to just leave you guys with this, okay? If you guys are going to take advice from people on TikTok, you might as well just, when you see your date, when you guys plan to meet up, and you guys meet up at like this taco shop or whatever the case is, what I recommend is just run up to them and tackle them to the floor. You might as well just do that, because that's essentially what you're going to do. You're going into that and you're going to destroy whatever chances you have of developing a relationship if you go into that date with the advice that's provided for you on TikTok. You don't know where this relationship is going to go, although you can use techniques like frog, which like or what is it called, frog or form, family, recreation, orientation, and goals. You know, when you talk about those 4 things, supposedly you can like never run out of things. But I mean, I feel like that's like a very superficial way. That's like small talk. Getting to the deeper stuff, I think that's where the relationship establishes. You know, when you go into to meet a person, I don't know. For me, I've always felt like when you jump straight into like the deeper questions or whatever the case is to like develop opinions on, I feel like that builds a faster connection than just staying at the superficial level of family, orientation, goals, or whatever the case is. So I don't know. That's my situation. That's what I think. Yeah, just be very careful with the advice that you listen to online, because oftentimes, actually not oftentimes, like almost every single time, it's a hit. I mean, it's a miss. Definitely a miss. So yeah, just be careful with that.